Okay, so welcome to episode 5 of our nameless podcast where we talk about geek culture, news, and lifestyle.
Geek culture, news, and lifestyle.
And this time around, we want to talk about the the Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer. So, look, we'll check it out together, see what it's like. We've both seen it very quickly just once. We wanted to go through it again and just...
I'm sure you guys have seen it as well.
And I'm sure you guys are going to break it down and have a bit of chat about it. So
that's pretty much what we're going to do today, aren't we? We just want to break it down.
And just have a bit of chat about it and see what we think, which hopefully aligns with what you guys think maybe as well, or if you guys have a different opinion, that's cool as well. So
you guys ready? We're going to hit play in 3, 2, 1.
Do it. See, that seems really cool to me. I like that. You don't think so?
No, I think it's cool. It's kind of... It feels a bit forced.
Yeah, but it's good. Apparently it took them 8 months of filming or fixing it up.
Just to do that.
Yeah.
That was cool, with the car. This is so emo though, like it's...
There's the Rhino armor, so it's like the traditional outfit. And we'll talk about that. Electro? Is it Electro?
Mm.
Yeah.
He looks cool.
He does.
I'm so sorry I'm late.
Oh, Emma Stone, man.
Yeah, but...
Oh my lord.
You know, the action in this is really clean, and I think it's really one of the big strengths of the first movie, which I was a little bit, not too impressed with. This guy's such a villain.
He is, and again, like what we sort of mentioned was that we looked it up, and he was from Chronicle, right? He was the villain character in Chronicle, which you haven't watched it, so you need to watch that. He does it well.
Now I'm a little bit worried when I see this.
I'm skeptical about this. I don't know if this really happened in the comics with the
research and...
Yeah, I don't know much about that, which Rod would probably know. He's a bit of a Spider-Man nerd, isn't he?
What a name dropper you are.
And Nick as well.
No, what I was going to say about being worried about it is that we're seeing all these villains, and then we're seeing this big storyline, with his father.
There we go. Rhino. Alright.
Electro was cool.
Yeah. Look, I really enjoyed the first one, but we will talk about it soon.
Times Square.
I know, I'm not a big fan of Jamie Foxx, man.
Oh, well. Yeah, I think the action is really good, but all this speeding up and slowing down...
Is it a bit too much for you?
It's a bit too Zack Snyder for me.
Look, so... Let's get into it. Look, first of all, let's talk about that slowing down and speeding up action scenes, right? I'm okay with it in a scenario like that where you're being chased. Let's say, for example, you're chased or you're intertwining and trying to get through certain spots, but what I have an issue with is from Amazing Spider-Man 1, just the very last scene where they slow-mo'd him just doing the web. That is lame and cheesy. They slow-mo'd him doing drop.
That was the end of the movie, right?
Point?
You're talking about the very end of the movie.
Yeah.
That's how you end the movie.
There's no point. It's so stupid. The bullet time for that is ridiculous. Like I thought it was absolutely not needed.
It was a little bit excessive. I'll agree with that. I wouldn't say it was lame and cheesy though to close the film.
I don't know. I find it very
lame
and
the
cheesy.
movie's over.
I don't think they needed bullet time for that. But
I do see quite a lot of that. Like he's getting shot at by the cops and they're slowing things down. He's getting shot at by Electro. It's a little bit much. And
I think overdoing it a bit of overkill now.
I wonder whether that is like the new shaky cam, which I have a real big issue with. I really can't stand shaky cam.
Well, then in that case, you might hate Chronicle.
Well,
I'm a big fan of that movie. I'm a big fan of that film. But look, let's have a chat about costumes and characters, what you saw in there. So, obviously we saw Rhino, and he's not in his traditional costume.
Any of, except for Spider-Man.
And that's
maybe
correct.
even Gwen Stacy.
Well, Gwen Stacy looks like Gwen Stacy in her outfit. Spider-Man, they've gone back to the original Spider-Man looking up. Well, the eyes are a little bit bigger than the original, but it's the Spider-Man costume that I grew up with. You know what I mean? So
what are you, 90 or something? You grew up with that one? I mean,
you know what I mean. Like, anyways,
Well, I think what you're trying to say is that they've taken a lot of creative liberties with the villains, the way they look.
Yeah. I mean,
I
Electro
got no problem
looks...
with it. I got no problem with it.
See, I'm okay with Rhino because realistically, a guy in a rhinoceros outfit walking around, that's a bit silly. And if you want to really damage anything and have that powerhouse villain, he's sitting in a machinery that looks like a rhinoceros, and it's got that massive spike or whatever it might be. That looks cool. Electro, what are your thoughts on it? All blue or all electric? It's almost like the Ultimate Universe Spider-Man Electro. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Well, if depending on how long he's going to be in the film, because you saw Watchmen. Obviously, you saw Watchmen.
Yep.
And not because Dr. Manhattan was naked for a big chunk of it, but just seeing that blue, that like fluid blue, was after. I mean, granted, it was a long movie. Yeah, it's like, and when I see this trailer, I don't know if I can see too much of this really bright blue effect. There was a version of Electro where his costume was, it's like a headpiece, but then when he activates his power, it
pops out.
Yeah,
that
was cool. Yeah,
that I would have loved to see it, and I was actually about to say that. That's great that you actually brought that up. That's it's like when he activates it, right?
Yeah, it's just a nice visual.
Yeah,
like whereas this Jamie Foxx is just all blue and
but like I said, it's like I'm pretty sure it's Ultimate Spider-Man.
Is that how it's portrayed?
In that universe, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, if I recall right. It's been a while since I've read that.
Well, the one thing that worries me about the trailer, and I said it when we were watching it just then, was that Uncle Ben, well, not Uncle Ben, sorry, his father talks about some secret, and it seems to be very plot heavy. I mean, I'm sure it'll all mix at the end. It'll all, conveniently come to a head.
Unless I'm mistaken, I don't know much of the mythos of Spider-Man that actually happened, and I stand to be corrected. I'm more than happy for Ron.
Well, they can change it. I don't mind if they introduce or if they tweak it a little bit, and I think it's fine to do that.
I think for me, this is the issue that I have with a lot of movies nowadays. I need to keep on thinking it's in a different universe. It's not the exact, and that's where the issue I had with Thor, which now I've worked out it's a different universe. That's the thing. So
I think the general public is fine with that. Because most people wouldn't even know that. Most people don't even know, the Thor story.
True.
But what I'm worried about is that it's going to be a very dense movie. If you're going to talk about, first of all, they're introducing. Well, we've seen Rhino, we saw Electro, and did we see Green Goblin?
Yeah, well, the guy's putting on the suit.
Yeah,
right. And
so
it almost looks like the suit from Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Rising. I think that's what it's called. But anyways, it doesn't even look like a Green Goblin suit. And again, maybe
which is fine.
Maybe
I
they show.
I don't want to see it go with the rubber mask.
Really?
The rubber mask.
Cool.
If they can make it.
That would be cool. Maybe I'm just a traditionalist when it comes to costumes.
Not in 2014 or whatever.
But I understand. At the end of the day, I understand where they're going with this, and I don't hate it. But I understand they're trying to modernize everything to fit into this day and age. Right?
Well, speaking about that. I still have an issue with Andrew Garfield. I think they're modernizing the outcast role. Like, geeks are almost cool now.
Well,
I don't know if that's true.
You know what? Geeks is the new. Being a geek is the new being cool. It actually is.
I wish I could be in school right now. If we were in school right now, we'd be cool. We'd be running the whole show. But they got Andrew Garfield doing his, he's like. I don't know. I always complain about how Jay Baruchel acts the same way. Like, cast him as Spider-Man, not this Andrew Garfield.
You know what it is? Andrew Garfield's too much of a pretty boy, and he's got that hipster look about him, and that's what it is.
Well,
you know what I mean?
and that's again modernizing or updating the Spider-Man.
I mean, when did Peter Parker ride a skateboard? You know what I mean? So, look, I understand what they're trying to do with it, and I'm okay with it. One thing I will sort of ask you: did you see the Doc Ock and the Vulture?
Yeah. Well, see, and that's going to be... So, what are they leaving for the third one? Because presumably there's a third one. Can they not just make a movie where one movie is going to be... Like, Arkham Origins?
Yeah.
I've always said that after they do a few Batman movies, just give me the Batman movie where he's fighting a bunch of people, a bunch of these C-list villains. But with this movie, it looks as though they want to introduce a story about his father being some secret agent.
That's really odd.
And they want to introduce all these villains.
With the machine that comes up from the train tracks and...
I'm sure
about that, man.
We're probably taking things out of context and all that.
Yeah.
But it just seems to me that, once again, they're putting a lot into the movie, and I don't think they really need to. I think even if you just gave us Electro as the villain,
Mm.
I think that would have been.
Do you think
sufficient.
do you think it's too many villains in that movie? You've got three.
Looks-
You've got Green Goblin. You've got
looks to be a
Rhino.
lot.
You've got it doesn't work, right? I mean, we've seen that with the Tobey Maguire ones.
Well, that was
Venom and
Fury,
who was the other one?
Sandman.
That's even just
And there was the new Goblin. Like,
Yeah, right. So-
Two-Face, you know,
so-
'cause he had the
yeah.
space going off.
So even with that, that's three. That's a lot, and I don't know. Like,
Well, that movie had a whole bunch of other problems with it as well.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I think this one will be better than
Better,
the third one.
definitely.
But to me, I still feel like Tobey Maguire is
You're skeptical.
a better Peter Parker.
You're skeptical of this movie.
I think this is going to be a great movie to watch.
Mhm.
When I'm not thinking after a hard day, I can just
Okay.
sit back and enjoy the visuals. I think I could be confused if I'm not paying attention.
Okay.
I think with the amount of stuff that's going to happen in this movie. What do you think? Just based entirely on the trailer.
Well, let me say it this way, and I'll ask you the same question, but I'll ask it to myself. Does it have my buy-in? Sure it does. Why? It's Spider-Man. Who doesn't like Spider-Man? Relatable sort of issues he's got. And Emma Stone, Gwen Stacy, amazing, awesome. I'm interested. It's got me interested. Modernizing everything. I just got to make sure I've got that in my head, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it. What do you think? Has the trailer got your hook?
Well, the trailer on its own, I didn't really need the trailer to be hooked to it.
Okay.
I do want to try to avoid seeing trailers, just so I don't spoil anything for myself, you know. The trailer certainly had some nice visuals,
I think so.
and I think it does its job of selling the movie.
I agree with you, absolutely. So, look, we'll end it off here for now, but let us know what you guys think. Did it get you hooked in as well? So, yeah, leave it in the comments field down there.
And when the movie comes out in 2014, we're going to look back at this and just see how
wrong we
were.
are. I'm going to say how
You
wrong
said
I
I'm gonna
was.
say how right I was.
But, all right, well, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I guess we'll catch you next time.
See you next time.
Adios.